Hi ladies, time for another Halloween look. This time we're going for either, a leopard, cheetah, whatever you want to call it, but a cute little cat look. So with just like the other two looks, I'm going to start out, I've already got my face makeup on, my primer, and then this time I'm using my liquid foundation, but it doesn't matter what type you use, just however you would normally put your foundation on. And then I'm going to start with, again, the Victorious Splurge Cream, and that's what I'm going to put all over as kind of like a primer for my eyes. And if you've watched the Wonder Woman video, we're going to start out with the exact same thing. It's the same base look. So I'll show you once more how to do that winged liner. And we're gonna change it up just a smidge since we're going for that cat look. And this time, last time I used Fervent in the crease. This time I think I'm going to do a different color. This time let's do Gullible in the crease. It's nice pale brown. But it's the same technique. We're just going to kind of put it in the crease and then a little bit above. And then we'll buff it out with a blending brush. And the reason I'm using this color instead of the Fervent is just because I think it fits the cat theme a little bit better. You don't see as much of that sort of rusty red on a leopard, so let's use something that's a little closer to their coloring. And just blend it out, and this just helps to contour the eyes. It helps them, kind of stand out a little bit better. If you want, and actually I think I'm going to do it, we're going to add a little bit of gold to the lids this time before we do the eyeliner. I'm going to use Antsy because that's also what I'm going to use on our spots, and you'll see that in a little bit. I've got my liner shader brush. I'm just going to use the shader end. And we'll put it right over top of that Victorious. We'll add a nice little sheen. Let's do that winged liner. Alright, again, I'm going to use the Brow Artist brush. I think it's a little bit easier to do this just because it's smaller. You could use a liner shader brush if you wanted. Or what I'd really like to have is the black dip and draw liner. That would be perfect for this. Looking magnificent again. And this time, instead of just leaving it with the wing, we're actually going to pull some down in here to the inner corner of the eye. So keep following that line down. And when you get to the inner corner of your eye, make a little triangle. So draw a line down. And then across here. So you get that little shape, and then we'll fill it in. And then I also want to do the lower lash line this time too. Ooh, that feel like Cleopatra too. And truthfully, I got this just a little bit too far down, but I'm gonna leave it. We're gonna go with it. I'll just make this top line here a little thicker. For the sake of time, I'm only going to put on Epic, but I would suggest, just like in the Wonder Woman video, you want to rock out those lashes. So I would at least put a couple of coats of Epic on. If not, then I would layer the Epic and the 3D. Now this time I'm going to try something different. I don't know if it will work, but I'm hoping it will be a little bit faster. So instead of using the liner for the nose, I'm actually going to use the color Legendary, which is a matte black pressed shadow. I'm going to use that and try and see how well it covers the nose. But the same concept that we did before with the liner. Oh yeah, there we go. I think the eyeliner will stay on better, for sure. And it will also get you a deeper black. But again, for the sake of time, we'll stick with this, because it'll get you the idea for the overall look. I think it'll also be a little bit crisper. This works too. That's all you got. I mean, work with what you have. Alright, now this time I am going to do that black lip. So I'm going to bust out the splurge cream again for that. Okay? You can use that stuff for everything. Seriously. I love it. Cream shadow brush. I'm just going to paint it on my top lip. And I would do a neutral tone for the lip, for the bottom lip. I'm looking for, yep, here it is, Stellar. That color. And keep the bottom lip neutral. All right, now the part you're all waiting for anyway, the spots. Okay, so I am going to use a combination of colors for the spots. I'm going to start with Gingerly, which is this kind of pumpkin-y color, and then I'm going to put Antsy over top of it. It's this kind of glittery shade, glittery gold. So I think the two of those together look really pretty. So just like we did with the deer video, we're gonna kind of concentrate it around kind of this area of our face, and then as you go farther apart you can spread them out a little bit, or really just wherever you want. I think I got another color on that brush. Hold on. You don't have to be too precise with this one. leopard spots are kind of all different sizes and shapes. That's one of the things that makes them all unique. Alright, so all those places where we just put spots with the gingerly, I'm going to go right over top of them and apply the antsy. And that's kind of an optional step. I mean, you could skip it if you want, but I feel like it adds a little something. If you want, you can also, since I'm noticing it now, you can darken your brows again like we did with the deer. So it just kind of changes the spots just a little bit, makes them a little bit lighter, and catch the light a little bit. So that'll be fun for a party. Alright. Now, pick a liner. You could do this with the pencil, you could do it with the dip and draw. I know I bashed it before, but I'm actually going to use our liquid liner for this, because it doesn't have to be a straight line. In fact, you don't want it to be a straight line, but pretty much around all your spots, you want to kind of like make parentheses. They don't have to necessarily be straight. You can do like horseshoe shapes, and they don't even have to match up with your dots even, you know, but just draw them on real quick. Kind of random. A little squiggle. This liner works good for it because, well, it doesn't work that great. So you're going to have a natural variation and it won't look like you just drew this harsh line. There you go. Evaluate your spots there, adjust as necessary. Add some mirrors. Real quick, because I forgot to do it. I just made a couple of dots right here on the top of my lip, drew on some whiskers. Again, I used that same liquid eyeliner, but you could use whatever eyeliner that you want. Yeah, happy Halloween.